Hi, I'm Jamie with Allow Me Meals to Go. Today I'm going to show you how to make a banana loaf. So to start, we're going to preheat our oven to 350. And then we're going to mix our dry ingredients together. So for this recipe, we have 2 cups of almond flour. We also have 1/4 cup coconut flour and 1 tablespoon flax meal, and I have that pre-mixed out here. So I'm just going to add it in. And then we have 2 teaspoons cinnamon, 1 teaspoon nutmeg, and I'm actually going to use fresh nutmeg and grind it, and because it's going to be fresh, I'm probably only going to use about 1/2 teaspoon, and I'm just going to grind it right in to the bowl. So grinding about 1/4 of my nutmeg seed. That should be good. And then I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon baking soda and 1/4 teaspoon salt. And just give that a quick little mix. Make sure all the spices are throughout the flour. Now we're going to set that aside. Next, I'm going to get my wet ingredients together. So because we're using banana, I have my food processor here. And I got my overripe bananas. We're going to use 2 bananas today. The more overripe your bananas are, the better. They will be sweeter. I'm also going to need 1 teaspoon vanilla, 1/4 cup coconut oil, and I'm going to want to melt my coconut oil, otherwise we're going to be left with big chunks of coconut oil in the batter, and then we'll have kind of pockets of moisture instead of the entire loaf being moist. So I'm just going to put it in the microwave for 30 seconds. While that melts, I'm going to crack 3 eggs into the food processor with the bananas. Coconut oil is pretty much melted. There's still a little bit of creamy coconut oil, which is fine because it's more on the melted side than the solid side. So that is all my wet ingredients, and I'm going to blend until my bananas are smooth. Now I'm going to add my bananas into my dry ingredients. And now just mix my ingredients together. Making sure to incorporate all. Now this is a fairly thick batter. But with the coconut oil, it's going to add a lot of moisture to our bread. And now I'm also going to add 3/4 cup of walnuts to my batter. And I have whole walnuts here, so I actually have to chop them just so then I get small pieces throughout. All right, so to chop them, I'm simply just going to lightly work my knife over the walnuts. Now be fairly gentle if you want to say, otherwise you're going to have walnuts kind of flying everywhere. But if you go slow, you won't have any issues. So just chop them until they're in small pieces. You can also buy walnut pieces, so they're in the small form already and you don't have to chop. And then just put that into my batter. And mix those in. Great. Now I'm making a walnut or a banana loaf. So I have my loaf pan here. And because we're doing a paleo recipe, it sticks to the pan very easily. So I always like to use parchment paper. So to cover my pan with parchment paper, I'm going to rip a piece that is going to completely cover. So simply just put it over the pan, know that it's going to cover the sides, and tear it. You don't want a too large of a piece. And then I'm going to put my pan in the middle. As you see, it's going to completely cover the sides. And then I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to cut along the edge here and do the same on the other side. So when I'm finished, I have a parchment paper that looks like this. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the two sides behind the center fold. And just stick it into the pan like that. Do the same thing on the other side and squish it in. There we go. Now sometimes the folds may fall over like that, which is going to go into our batter. So to fix that, I just have my stapler here. So there we go. And there we are. So now the sides are going to stay up and it's going to be a wonderful cover. And this way our batter is not going to stick to the sides. And then I'm just going to spoon all the batter inside the loaf. And because this batter is quite thick, now I'm going to just kind of level out the top so we have a nice loaf in the end. All right, so there we go. It's pressed into the loaf pan. And for this loaf, I'm going to bake it at 350 for 45 to 50 minutes. So at 50 minutes, I took out our banana loaf here. And I'm just going to show you how easy it is to get the loaf out using this parchment paper. So I just rip off one side. Peel it back, and there you have it. So basically no cleanup. You're not going to wreck any edges of your loaf this way trying to get it out of the pan. I just absolutely love parchment paper. I've said this probably on every recipe I've done for you. So I hope you enjoyed this video and the recipe. Thanks for watching my video. Please take a moment and subscribe to my channel below on the left and like this video on the right. Please leave a comment below telling me what you learned, liked, or need more explanation, or what my next video should be. I would love to hear from you.